Nick, how you doing? God bless. I haven't talked to you in a long time, but it's good to be able to get back on here, to be able to discuss some issues, that's going on around the country. They did two no-knocks in Killeen, and they killed this guy named Mr. Reed. And, very few people, talks about what happened to him. And, the issue is having a problem going out public with these no-knock search warrants, right? In this area, and they did a no-knock at my house. And so, you see how dangerous these no-knocks are, because now they're talking about them in D.C. about banning these no-knock search warrants after they killed Breonna Taylor, the lady in Killeen. And so, my issue is, I've been here 6 years, going on 7 years, and, I've got ineffective sister counsel. These attorneys are straight working with the DA. They won't file my motions properly. I just talked to them today, and the day is the 11th. They gave me like an hour ago, and they refused to file motions on my behalf, and the motions they filed are defective. And, I continue to have to argue with them, so I'm basically now requesting that they get off my case, but they refuse because they're getting paid and they're doing exactly what the judge and the DA office tell them to do. And so it's tough, these cops came to my house and basically they didn't have a warrant. They opened fire, they shot each officer in a crossfire like it says in the report. And, I'm still unable to, after New York Times, Washington Post, put this out, it's still so hard for me to get people to see, and so basically, it's just so much stuff going on, and it's just real frustrating, man, like I said, I've been here almost 7 years, and, they're tampering with the evidence in my case, and the lawyers keep running back in the judge's chambers, coming out shaking. I don't know what's going on back there, but they coming out shaking and telling me I won't be able to call witnesses on my behalf, that I won't be able to present my case. And so, that's frustrating to me, But, man, I just stay prayed up and stay focused up, man, to keep my mind together, man, because with this COVID and all this other stuff going on, who knows, man, when the trial will start. But I can tell you one thing, man, with the events that's going on around the country today, people are now starting to see that just because the police say something, that don't make it right, and people call these no-knock search warrants, and from what I've been hearing, they call these no-knock search warrants, the police use them, they call them nigger hunting. So most of these officers, they go in this area, when they get these no-knock search warrants, they going out to have fun, they going out to hunt. It don't make no difference, like in none of these cases are they finding drugs in the house. In Breonna case, they found no drugs. In Killeen, Mr. Reed house, they found no drugs. In these no-knock search warrants in Killeen. And in my house, they found no drugs. So what's happening here and what happened in my case is that they went and got the search warrant after they committed the act. Because these judges in these DA office, people have to start voting these people out. These people been in office for 20 years. It's Henry Garth. He's been in office for 20 years, and he a police officer. He just killed a guy named Michael Dean here in Temple. Blew his brains out, shot him right between his eyes. Came here, stayed in jail for a month or two, and got right back out after he murdered somebody. The police came to my house. I didn't shoot him. I'm charged with capital murder, facing the death penalty, been in jail for 6 years, you know what I'm saying, and being told I'm going to get the death penalty. And they put these lawyers on my case, and it's tough, man. It's just tough, man. It's tough for me to go through that. Then, you know, the black officers did a no-knock in Houston, and they got fired, quickly fired, and brought up on state and federal charges. In my case, the police came to my house without a warrant, attempted to serve a warrant. When the warrant went bad, they shot the police in the crossfire. Then when I came out, pistol whipped me, stuck a gun in my mouth, stuck some up my ass. When my girlfriend Shirley came out, my fiance, when she came out with her hands up. They tackled her, broke her ribs, slammed her face on the ground where she shit and pissed all over herself. You know what I'm saying? And because these officers were white who did it, they protected them. You know what I mean? They protected them for this malicious conduct, and the DA's office protect them. So how is it that I'll be able to get a fair trial? I can't. There's no way. So it's been 7 years. I've told my lawyers, listen, you guys need to call these witnesses. They refuse to do that. I tell them they need to file my motions correctly. I file my own motions. I'm going to send them to you so you can put them online and show that the motions that they filing, and I'm requesting them to do the motions right, because I will not have a chance to raise my issue. And they will waive my issue. And I won't, if I'm convicted, I won't be able to get back in court. And I'll be stuck on death row. And I ain't even shoot nobody. So it just shows you, man, the times that we living in, injustice. It's not just the police where we face injustice. We face injustice in the courts who allow this kind of conduct. We face injustice in the DA's office, in appellate courts. It's bigger than just what happened to Mr. Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And it's a whole lot of people like Mr. Reed and Colleen who they kicked his door in. He lost his life. My house. They upset because they didn't kill me. And so my question is, how you gonna serve another department search warrant? That's against policy. It's impossible for Mosley, who tried to cover for them because he worked in Killeen. He works in the next town over. He claims he got a search warrant. And so the Killeen Police Department cannot serve Mosley's warrant. He cannot tell them to go serve the warrant. And so that's just policy. But they came to my house because of Reinhardt. The sergeant was on duty, put him up to do it. And then when they got caught with their pants down, the officials here and the DA officers and the judges want to cover for the police because they were white. And I was black. And so I put everything I could online. It's telling you they were in the crossfire. It's telling you where the officers fell at the front door. That's all I can do, man. But this area is real racist, bro. It's real bad. And so, people are starting to see, but, it's tough, man. They control the jury. They get a jury in that will convict. We face, man, just issues all over, not just black people. I mean, here is everybody. The whites, you had George Powell, wrongly convicted. He's a white guy. You have Mexican people, you have black people. This DA office needs to be disbanded, and people need to get out and vote these people out of office, man. Because if the police continue to believe that they can serve these no-knock search warrants and not even have a reason and say that they're nigger hunting, you know what I'm saying, and do this and then can't prove how, in my case, they have no drug sales, but they telling the public that. The person they claim was a CI said, I never told you guys any of this. We have a tape of him saying this. The police that claimed that he got the search warrant said he never seen me do anything on the stand. But the way that the judge and my lawyer and the DA shaping my case up. You know, they shaped it up where I can be convicted. So now I'm in a position where I have to try to represent myself, you know, or something, man. But it's hurting, man. It's sad. It's challenging. You know, every time I see my lawyer, man, they fail to follow the American Bar Association rules of communication, and they fail to follow American Bar Association Rule 102, scope of representation. I mean, they come in and put these motions in, and they don't communicate, you know, these motions to me where I can make an informed decision. They've come in the courtroom and had motions that they would present to the court that they didn't even know what the motion was. They wanted to get some evidence based on the police officers who went to seek counseling, but at the end of the motion, it was a motion to dismiss. And, you know, so it's tough, man. So I believe he's coming in, Carlos Garcia is coming in, and the DA telling them, look, do this. You know, because he sure don't know the legal significance of representing a death penalty case, man. It takes intensive training and experience to represent a death penalty case. They have no skills as far as death penalty. Neither one of these lawyers ever represented a death penalty case. And I'm just, man, I'm dumbfounded, man. You know, I filed complaint on them. You know, so like I said, the whole system, man, is corrupt. You know, and so one of my lawyers tells me a couple weeks ago when he came to visit me, you ain't gonna be able to get the witness card that you want because the judge ain't gonna let it, or so the day I confronted him with this, and he claims he didn't say it, you know, and so it's tough, man. You know, it's tough, bro. But I'm gonna keep my spirits up, you know, and my praise up. But you know, it's hard, man. When you see your attorney, it's supposed to be about strategizing. These attorneys been on my case for 5 years, and that's all we've done is argued about legal issues. I'm not asking them to do nothing illegal. I'm just asking them to file the motions in my case. And I'm going to send those motions to you so you can put them online so I can show you the legal difference and the different legal theories that they're using that will waive my issues. But, you know, I hope people pay more attention. And I've heard that people have been looking at these statements that the officers made. And, you know, it's, you know, you don't have to believe me. The reports say everything. You know, the reports say what happened. You know, and so if you have to read it 2 or 3 times to get understanding of it, keep reading it. And so what they try to do is keep the officers who testified to what they saw that night from testifying. You know, and that's happened to a lot of people. I've seen that happen to people where they get ambushed at trial and their lawyers tell them, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And when they go into trial, and they'll come back and I ask them about, well, hey, what happened? Oh, man, they didn't even call a witness. So a lot of times, you know, they violate your right to a fair trial before you even get into the court. And so if you don't have the witnesses there, then you can't put your case on where the jury can review the whole case and make an informed decision based on your guilt or your innocence. And so they want to take the officers out. They won't, you know, I told them, you know, there's something called deuce tecum, motion deuce tecum, where this is a situation where your lawyers are called before, the witnesses are called before and asked to bring the evidence and everything that they have, and they're taking part in your case to bring everything that they have, any report, any write-up, anything, and then they're supposed to put it on the stand and give it to you. This is the only way you can cross-examine.
You have 1 minute left.
So a lot of times when people try to cross witnesses on the day of trial, they don't have to say what they said then. They can say, we don't remember. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah,